She denies objective reality at all costs. I think that one. I think it's probably about the obese one. Yeah. When it says objective reality, I'm like, oh yeah, there is that obese corn model. She denies objective reality at all cost. And I mean, look at this. Look at this. I mean, whew, that's you need a crane if she has a heart attack. That's just the heart attack will probably be in 5 to 10 years. Let's be honest.
We have another chat though while we wait for Andrew to come back. Stifler, ask everyone to rate their looks on a scale of 1 to 10. Their looks, physical looks, scale 1 to 10. We'll start with you. We'll go around the table. Go ahead.
8. So 8.
Holy crap. Holy crap. I mean, my wife sees me as a 10, of course. Of course. I mean, I'm a very attractive man. However, I'm probably more of a 6, a 6.5, but I'm a 10 to her because I'm a very attractive man. If anyone says otherwise, you're not allowed to talk to her, but I am very attractive. Yeah. It's just, oh my gosh, there's no objective, like literally, she can't even look into a mirror. She's probably one of those people that has their profile set to when they were a kid, to before they ballooned up. How are you so insecure that you have to lie? Okay, let's see.
0.5.
8, 8.5.
I'm a 10.
Something's wrong with these overweight people. Okay, about to die in a few years. Obviously, anorexic, throws up after every meal, has a ton of issues. This one, a little chunky, but thinks that they're a 10. But honestly, more healthier than both of these. Let's be honest. Let's go around.
7.
8.
6.5.
I'd say 7.58, 4.
The guys are the only ones who I can look at them and be like, yeah, they're accurate. They're accurate. Because why would guys be insecure? Guys know where they stand. We don't care. Oh, well, the ones who are really insecure always think they're above and beyond. I mean, I can think of a few, like the ones who are like looks maxers who think they're the only way to get ahead in life are to look the best. They're the ones with massive insecurities. These people, they know who they are. That's what I would say. I would rate more of a 5. 5, 8, probably a 6, maybe a 7, depending. I mean, but that's me being honest. And the funny part is, I would rate him the 4. He'd be a 4. Because in the end, I think he has a better facial structure than him. I really do. And here I am, straight man, being able to look at a guy and be objective about the whole thing. And they just don't care. They just don't care. Yet you look across the table at the women and they just refuse to voice it.
That's lower than last time. Yeah. I used to say 6. I'm a 5.
In front of all these beautiful...
Oh, poor guy. Poor guy. Yeah, he's a 5. You're a 4, man.
Women, how could I ever not humble myself?
Well, I need to see them stand up. Because depending on their height, the whole thing will fluctuate. The whole thing will fluctuate. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. If the 5 turns out to be short, he turns into a 3. And if he turns out to be tall, he could jump to a 6. It's that simple.
Down to a 4, really.
Proud of you, Andrew.
Yeah.
Took guts.
I'm a 5. I give myself a 5. So wait, 8, 8.5, 10, 7? 8? Okay. All right.
Brian, you rated yourself lower than usual.
Yeah, I've been getting a little chubby.
6.5.
See, now that's humble.
Yeah, that's humility.
That's
right there.
humble. That's humility. right? That's the thing that's usually harder for men to do.
No. No. Oh my gosh, he's a simp. He's a simp. He's a simp. He sees women as the perfect as everything. Always butter them up. Always make them feel special. No, no, no. Women are the ones that struggle with this. Women are the ones who can't be friends with other women because women are the ones who can't take any sort of criticism. I love you. Let's get that out there. But it's just like men are the ones who always name call each other, who always call each other out on stuff, who always it's just like, oh my gosh. It's like Cora chat in live action, LOL. These people are just insane. It's insane. I don't get it. I don't get it. That's the thing. He put himself as a 4. I put him at a 5. The way he's acting, personality is incredibly important. Incredibly important. So he's just turning into a 2 to a 1 because he's trying to basically get in close with these women. He wants to end up in one of their videos.
Just say it. Just point it.
I've noticed a pattern here. I think men tend to fairly accurately self-assess their own level.
Thank you. Thank you. You have the simp saying one thing, and then you have the real man going like, well, actually.
Of physical attractiveness, whereas
I've heard
women
men
not so
have
much.
more self-esteem issues than women do.
What's that?
I've heard men have more self-esteem issues.
It's funny. These people just project their issues. They just project their issues. It's something she feels deep down inside. She has issues because she considers herself a 10, that she's going to project her issues onto guys when she's the problem.
Than women do.
I feel like I disagree a little.
Why would you say that?
Just, and I also heard that they're also more emotional.
Are they?
Who have you heard?
Oh my gosh. Oh, I've heard. My TikTok told me this, so I'm gonna believe it. But you're overweight. How dare you do that? How dare you say that? You hurt my feelings. I mean, it's just... If you want to get an actual understanding, just call her fat right there. Just call her fat, and then she would emotionally break down. And then you know who the more emotional ones are.
Yeah, because, well, I mean, you guys will act off based off pride, and that is going to be like an emotion thing, not necessarily logic.
Okay.
Do you think men or women have more cosmetic surgery?
I think probably women.
Yeah, probably women. Do you think that that's
Based.
because they have way more self-esteem than men?
I
That's a good
don't
point.
think that necessarily what I'm talking about is the same thing. I just mean
Nah,
like,
well, I think it
It's a
is.
metric.
well, for instance, you just rated yourself a 4, right?
Yeah.
And maybe people may not agree with you, and I just rated myself.
Well, duh. But they're trying to give an honest assessment of what people around might say. That's being like honest. Because everyone can rate themselves an 8. Everyone can. But that doesn't mean you are. So the men are basically being objective to reality.
A 10, and people may not agree with me, right? But we're just talking about simple our self-esteem. My self-esteem is clearly higher than
No,
yours.
I'm not sure that we are. I think that what we're talking about is a value judgment. And I think that I'm making a way better value judgment than the value judgment that you're making. So the value judgment that I'm making is this. I'm old, and I'm married, and I'm out of shape, and I smoke, right? And I'm not a very pleasant person to be around for long periods of time, especially for the opposite sex. Like, I know all of these things about myself. So my value judgment overall is a 4. Tell me the value judgment of how you came to a 10.
Oh yeah, I just think that in general we should think that we are great.
Right. So you,
So there's no reason for it. She's just like, oh, I am just objectively going to say I'm an amazing person. Even though my personality's crap, even though I'm a little overweight, even though I corn. I basically have my own corn channel, and anyone can see my body if you just look up whatever the name is plus leaks. I mean, key point out there for any simps.
You just decided it with, there's no value judgment there. You just decided it.
Yeah, he asked me what I would rate myself, and
Yeah.
because it's my opinion
Looks.
about myself.
Just looks.
It took a long time for me to love myself, and I do now. And so, yeah, I think that, like,
You don't love yourself. If you're rating yourself a 10, you're uncomfortable with who you are. So you're trying to add numbers to yourself. Oh, bruh, let's get this rage bait stuff out. Man, I can't keep hearing this. Yeah, of course. Nobody likes hearing these types of people, but it is funny. I gotta say, it's not rage bait. It's just absolutely insane hearing these people think themselves so great.
you know, I'm a Misty 10.
I have a question for you. Wait, hold on, just one sec. Do you
And
think?
you're a 7.5?
I said 8.
Oh.
Yeah, get it right.
He's trying to give her the benefit of the doubt.
Get it
How
right,
did you
Andrew.
come to that value judgment?
Because I don't put within my value within rigidity. That's not the right word. Rigidity. Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't put that within that rigidity of certain, I guess,
Value judgments.
more subjective opinions about.
Oh my gosh. You think they do it on purpose, the whole thing? No. No, they don't. They don't. Come to the US, you'll meet people like this. Absolutely. It's brain rot. It's brain rot trying to talk to them. Like, there is a reason why I hate white women, hate American women. Absolutely hate that crap. Oh my gosh. These videos are a great source to see the psychological assessment of the people and how they believe in different situations and all. I don't think they know anything. They're just so brain rotted. They don't believe in any situations. I know my spellings are wrong, but you got the point. Yeah, yeah. But that's the thing is they're so in a bubble that they think no matter what they say, they are right. So her at risk of dying, like, how old is this video? Probably a year or two old. So my guess is probably in 3 to 4 years, we will hear in the news that she's in the hospital due to cardiac arrest. That's just what it's going to be. That's just what it's going to be. Because she can't objectify the fact that she is actually unhealthy. Because in her mind, she's happy. She can do whatever she wants. She gets paid to do corn on her site. Oh my gosh. These people are just so insane. Yeah, and I went to college in San Francisco. These people are just their brain rot is contagious to other people. It really is. And it's insane how they can convince, because guys are simple and they just chase skirts. And if they're very badly want something, they will say and do anything just to get a chance. I mean, it's not a commitment. It's just a chance. Oh my gosh. It's just, I'm getting flashbacks now. I'm getting flashbacks. I had this guy I knew in college named Sean. There was this girl who went to a party, basically laid down and allowed the entire house, because it was a party house, the entire house to be with her. She wound up pregnant, and this guy was so down bad for her, he proposed to her. She said no, of course, but that is how bad it is here. And that was years ago. It's only gotten worse. It's only gotten worse. But yeah, it's, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, yeah.
About what value is, because I know my value, I know my worth, and I know my beauty that I hold within myself for myself, and that is appreciated by other people, because at the end of the day, beauty is...
You know, I'm surprised the brother's keeping a straight face. Honestly, if I reacted to this with my friend, me and him would be dying laughing, because it's just there's no way, there is no gosh dang way.
Subjective, and it is absolutely within my right to hold myself to a higher value in how I conduct myself in the world around me.
Yeah, but when you're talking about the value judgment here, my wife, I'm sure that she has a way higher value judgment of me than I have of me. I would agree.
Like I said,
Agree that she probably should. From her subjective assessment, she probably thinks I'm a great provider. She thinks I'm a great father. She thinks I take care of all of my responsibilities and duties. She can 100% trust me. So she probably has this really high value judgment of me. But when I'm doing an actual assessment of me, like Andrew Wilson, the person, and my looks and how it's reflected outwards to other people, right? I'm adding this value, this value, this value, this value, this value, like a mathematical formula to come up with that equals 4. What are you doing to come up with that other than I just think that we should have high self-esteem because I just think so.
Because I know I'm a good person. Because frankly, if we want to
I still don't know why he started out by saying, oh, they're so attractive women, I've gone down a value. Again, you have to take their personalities into account. You have to take their personalities into account. They all primarily sell themselves online. That, for most guys, especially for those who want to create a family, guess what? That turns them into ones. But of course, they'll probably still look at them before they're in a relationship. Some people will still do it after a relationship because they're probably unhappy. But at the same time, no one who's looking for something will ever look to these and be like, no. So in the end, their value drops, and the stuff they do will chase them for the rest of their lives. People destroy their lives doing this kind of stuff. It is insane. It is insane. But they do it for a quick buck, and only a handful of people actually make money. Actually make money doing the corn online.
get aesthetic, I don't have a busted face. I'm fat, and if people want to reduce my value because of my fatness, that's not my problem, and that is not the ideology I hold for myself. I am someone who is pursuing weight loss, not for aesthetics, not for looks, but for my health, and it is something I'm moving forward with because I have been for the past 2 to 3 years now working on my self-love and loving myself into a place to care enough about myself to take my health back into control.
It's not in control. And people who are heavily obese can lose a lot of weight fast. A lot of weight fast. There would be a noticeable difference in a week because a lot of that weight is a lot of water, is a lot of that buildup that as long as you're just walking, it would burn the fat very quickly. It's not until you've reached a certain threshold where it becomes more difficult. It obviously hasn't gotten to that point yet, so you're obviously not putting in the time.
And I was being consistently shamed when I was gang stalked on r/fat people hate in 2015 when I have...
Looks like it worked.
I'm still speaking.
I mean, it looks like it worked.
I'm still
right?
speaking.
It works because you're...
Well, fat shaming works. It's like, yep. More fat shaming. Fat shame all those people. Force them to lose weight. Force them to get healthy. It's funny. She doesn't realize she's advocating for those people.
Gonna
You know,
change.
you're really great at over talking and being disrespectful, and I'd love the...
But you're giving... Oh, my gosh. She doesn't realize what she's doing. She's allowing the people who have made fun of her for a long period of time that apparently their criticisms worked.
the opportunity to get my point across.
Okay, but so just to cut in here a little bit, the original question was rate your looks.
Yeah.
Because you mentioned your personality, you have a great personality or whatever it is.
And like I said, my fatness doesn't devalue me.
Why?
So I'm an 8.
Why doesn't it?
Because I think that fat
'Cause you
can be beautiful. It's my assessment of my looks, right?
Perceptive.
Yeah, but why
okay.
is it that your
Why
own
ask
assessment
her
of
to
your
tell her
looks
that her
has
perception's wrong?
nothing to do with how the external world perceives you? That's my
Because
problem.
I don't give a
How
shit.
can you
Right, because you don't
decide?
care, so there's no
I
real
don't care
value
about-
judgment.
There's no real value.
I don't care about other people's
how can
opinion
you-
of
how
me.
can
It's
you
not more
speak for
important
the
than the
rest
opinion
of
of
the
I hold of
world?
myself.
Yeah,
and
it
if you
is.
don't- If you don't live that way, that sucks for you.
If there's a value judgment of how you would self-assess your own looks, the only possible conceivable metric I could even think of would be the perception of how other people view you for your value judgment
And
of
I
how
was in a
you look.
relationship for
How would
almost
you
8
know
years with
about
someone
that,
who
though?
thought my
How would you-
body
how could he-
was
how could
the
you ever
most
come up with a
beautiful
metric?
thing
But
he had
that's what I'm saying,
ever
he decided
seen.
That was for
Oof. It seems like she was in a relationship with one of those chubby chasers, and they try to keep them overweight. Oh, I were to work with someone like that. Well, I think he had a term where it's like there is no one that will work harder for it than an overweight woman. Crazy dude. Crazy dude.
And he had told me that
those are the things that you
more
were gonna
often
hold
than
up.
not.
Go ahead.
He had told me that more often
Wait,
than
can you
not.
speak certain
Yeah,
time?
he had told me that more often than not. I have been pursued by many men who think I am gorgeous and beautiful. That perception exists whether you have it or not.
Okay, so assume for a second, I can assume inside of, like, I can envision a world where you're the only human being who's inside of the
And
world.
guess what? I'll
And
never
if
be
you're
the only one who thinks
and
I'm
if
hot,
you're-
and I know that bugs the
yeah,
shit out of you,
If you're
dude.
the only human being who's inside of a
of his
world,
own
I can
low
perceive,
self-esteem opinion.
I can perceive that I can come up with whatever metric I want for myself because I have nothing to compare it to. So if I have nothing to compare it to and I have nobody else's value judgment, then I can say I'm the most beautiful person who's ever lived, and that would be true. But if I have
He asked
the
us our
value
opinions.
judgment of hundreds of millions of people
do you
to
mean?
compare the standard to, and I know that I'm below that threshold and just decide that I'm above that threshold anyway,
I'm not the only
that's not
person who
based
makes
on
that
anything
decision.
objective. You're just making shit up.
No,
He
I'm
literally
not,
asked us
babe.
our opinion. So yes, it was a made-up opinion from us.
Yeah, it is. For sure.
That's
way
the point.
overstated
That
what's
was the
true.
point. The only person who does not.
They're just saying, what is it? Speaking their truth. It's like any time you're listening to like something and someone mentions their truth, there's no point talking to them or listening to them because they don't live in objective reality. They live in their own personal bubble, their personal bubble. They don't live in reality with the rest of the world. They just can't. They physically can't. They mentally can't because that world is cruel to them. So anytime you ever read my truth or hear someone say my truth or talk around their own personal truth, yeah, it's a complete red flag. Stay away from them.
happy
Your
about that is you.
perception of your truth is not the same for myself or,
Thank you.
or
Amen.
anyone
How
else.
about that?
Yeah, what is truth in a world
And
that
also,
you're
and,
an eight?
what societal standards in which country?
I must
In
bug the
every
shit
country
out of
on planet Earth, she's not.
On which country? Yeah. Where in the world is a bowling ball considered attractive? Where? Honest to goodness question. And I say a bowling ball because a bowling ball only has 3 holes that you can put your fingers in to like roll the ball. Yeah, a bowling ball, a massive bowling ball. Oh my gosh, that's just ridiculous. Where in the world? Where?
An 8.
Wait, what?
You're ridiculous.
I don't-
It's ridiculous.
In
Let's,
different
let's
places,
be
different
nice.
people
Let's
like
keep
different
things
things.
Yeah, he's so combative, bro. It's wild.
Well,
He gets very upset and then he
I
turns
live,
his
I
face.
live in
mad at
reality.
me, bro.
Do you know what
And
reality
that is
is?
the bottom line here, and I've been respectful. We're how many
It's not
hours in?
disrespectful. I'm just telling you what's true.
Oh, what was
I think
the
it's
what
like
was the
the
fulcrum about me
energy.
being a mother, bro?
that
the
was
energy
me.
you put towards it.
That was
Bruh.
me
Guys,
being
let's,
able to.
No,
It's
I'm not.
interesting-
I'm
it's
not
interesting
gonna.
to
I
claim-
have been taking it respectfully for hours now.
But to be fair, also it's interesting to claim to be so religious and so close to Jesus and be so negative.
To tell the truth.
No, I'm just saying, just to be so.
What would
negative.
Jesus do? He'd
He
be
would
like,
turn-
"You're a 10,
he would literally
sweetheart.
turn the other
Forget
cheek.
objective
He would
reality."
turn the other cheek.
If I believed in
He would
Jesus,
turn the
he
other
would love
cheek.
me as one of God's children.
Yes.
He would have known that
Yes.
it's my
Your
journey and my
negativity
life.
is
But he would know
embarrassing
you're
to the
fat too,
religious
whether he
claim
loves
that
you or
Yeah,
not.
and you know what? Being fat is not bad.
It's embarrassing though to
And
claim
that's
the
the
religion you
fundamental
have.
disagreement we
Which
have.
is how
Insane.
negative, how negative.
Just
you
fucking
it is.
crazy.
Yeah,
Like-
there's gonna be other people who are gonna be like, I don't claim this because it's like this is
what-
part of the reason why you're hypocritical.
There's
It's
no
for
hypocrisy.
You claiming to love and be this one big thing, and then to be so negative instead of encouraging or say even anything.
Again, I hate this crap because I tell my friend he's fat. He tells me I'm overweight. And you know what? We are both right. And guess what? We know it's the truth. There's nothing wrong with someone telling you an objective fact. Yet some people see it as, oh, that this is not, because my truth, how I see my looks, I value myself. I mean, probably the only person who was probably the closest to being accurate would have been this one over here. No, these two probably. This one is too anorexic. And these two, it's funny, the two that were way too off the mark, valuing themselves way too highly, are the ones who are in defense mode. The others are quiet because they know how the question was stated. They understood the project. So they're like, I'm close enough. It's fine. Maybe I elevated myself by 0.5 or something, but they're close enough. A 10? An 8? Seriously? I'm the 10. I'm the 10. I'm the 10. I need to get my wife on here at some point in time. She'll add so much more. You'd be hearing like 8, 8, 8 in the microphone. And then I'd have to mute her like a real man. I'm kidding. I would never mute her.
In actually,
best form of encouragement
in
is what
actually
she's
a
getting.
constructive way, you kind of just get pink and start yelling.
The only way,
Yeah, he gets real like.
the only way
and
that I
starts-
can get a word in when you shrill harpies are screeching is for me to talk loudly.
Oh, no, you're really great at
You
over
do it
talking. It's one of your
regardless.
best
You've been doing
qualities.
Oh my gosh, it's funny how they're talking about over talking when they're both talking at the same freaking time. This has been going on for a long period of time where both of them are talking. He gets a word in edgewise in between, but these two are constantly talking.
Well, I have to cut down.
And no, my wife would not say 6. There's no way I'm a 6 to her. No way. Not possible. Not possible.
On the prattle, that's true.
Push back on pink after all.
No, it's good she doesn't have a microphone.
I'm a terrible moderator. Okay, I'm a dog shit moderator. Okay, hold on. Let me just come in really quick. All right, put your swords away for just a sec. The views expressed by the panelists do not necessarily reflect the views of me or the whatever podcast. Now, you said. Okay, I have a question for you.
What?
Do you? I think you said women should view themselves.
What is the solution to this whole problem? Well, these people have removed themselves from the gene pool. So the problem takes care of itself. Unless there are a bunch of friends like I had in college who, even though the woman made a huge mistake or did something incredibly disgusting, will still, no matter what, want it. There are always those simps out there.
Not just women, people in general.
Oh, in general. But so do you think all women should view themselves as 10s?
I would love them to, yes, and not because everyone also agrees with them.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Are all women 10s?
I'm attracted to men.
No, I'm not saying whether you're attracted to them, but I'm
Yeah,
sure
so
you
but
could.
that
I'm
has
sure
to
you
do
can
with- it's
recognize a
perceptive.
beautiful woman.
perceptive.
But do you think all women are 10s?
In their own right, for sure.
What? Not sure what that means, but
Oh my gosh. You gotta hate these feminists. You gotta hate them because they can't put a number to it. There's nothing wrong. Nothing wrong with pointing at someone and giving them your honest, because the thing is, they know it. She knows probably exactly it's going to be asked. He's going to point to the bowling ball and be like, "What'd you rate her?"
okay. Are all men 10s?
In their own right, for sure.
No, but do you think all men are 10s?
In their own right, for sure.
I don't really understand. In their own right, for sure.
I can appreciate things that I'm not necessarily attracted to. Does that make sense?
But
So, to anyone who doesn't understand what's going to happen, I recommend everyone watch the movie Idiocracy. That's going to be the United States in probably 10 to 20 years. Watch Idiocracy. That's where we're going.
Do you think?
So in your eye, are all men 10s? Like just aesthetically, so just by looks.
And women.
Okay, so
and women.
Okay.
Because I know that someone thinks they're a 10, in my mind, that's good enough to be part of the 10, yes. Would I necessarily date them? Maybe not.
Well,
but as far
These mental gymnastics to try to avoid a question is just insane. Absolutely insane. What's funny is he's probably getting annoyed. He was probably like, she was attractive. I liked her confidence in the beginning, but now it's probably like, you know what? Quiet this bee up.
as like believing they're a 10, I know, for instance, is ice cream bad just because someone doesn't like the ice cream? No, everyone's gonna have their different opinion of it. And so the fact that someone likes green mint ice cream, for me, it might not be my percent, but does it make it bad ice cream? No, it could still be good ice cream. So for that person, maybe they're not necessarily, would I date them, but do I believe they should think they're a 10 is what I said earlier. Yes, I believe they should think they're.
Oh my gosh. If this was better quality, it looks like she bled in her cup. It's the lipstick is so red and bleeding off her lips. It looks like she bled in her cup.
They're a 10.
I
think all people should love
So
themselves.
if we ask the question a
it
different
sucks
way
so much to not love
and
yourself.
said, if you mapped it onto reality, if you just mapped it onto reality,
Okay,
then
so I
what
was
would you
talking
say?
about some other thing.
Yeah, what would you say then if you mapped it onto reality?
What do you mean?
Are all women's 10 if you mapped it onto reality, rather than how you kind of subjectively feel like they should feel about themselves?
Yeah.
If you were to map it onto reality outside of that subjective
I think
analysis.
it would vary depending on where I'm at.
You're in Kazakhstan.
I don't know what the women are like.
So what would you say?
Pretty hot, I'd
For
say.
example, what would you
Pretty
say?
stacked.
What would you say Scarlett Johansson would be aesthetically, cross-culturally to most men? Do you think
guess
most
it
men would
depends on
find her
which
attractive?
country.
Russian milk.
It depends on what's. I'm only talking from someone who you guys all would not find to be attractive. Like, I'm not someone you're into, but I know there's men who think that I'm this shit.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I feel like my brain is rotting. I feel like my brain is rotting. It is insane. It is insane. Who is the biggest culprit of this? Feminism. Feminism. And anyone who encouraged it. That women think that this kind of thing is empowerment. Instead of objective reality and actually being able to talk with people, it's them living off in their own closed little world is being, truth to power type crap.
And different countries I go, like we were talking about it last time, like I might be like, and someone was clowning, they're like, she's not a Seattle 10, but like, I think it really depends on where you're at.
What country could Scarlett Johansson be considered not pretty in?
I don't know, I haven't been to all the countries.
Could you even envision that there is one?
I could, yeah.
You could?
What would you speculate?
I would speculate
okay,
that the area where it would be attractive would be in a culture where the people look like that.
Like Sweden.
So you don't
Scandinavian
think?
countries.
Mainly the world.
So what you saying? Europe? Just Europe? In
I
general?
mean, sure, it depends on, I just think
You
it
don't think
depends.
Africa?
The blue doll. Yeah, I noticed that after the Asian girl got up and walked off. Yeah, that's been there. Oh my gosh, it's like, why not just answer the question? Seriously, it's not that hard. I answered it at the very beginning. And I know I'm a 10 to my wife. Absolutely. No one can say otherwise because my wife doesn't have a voice to speak for herself. So I can say it for her.
It depends. I'm probably South Africa. I don't know. It just depends. Like, I'm going to go different places and people are going to receive me different. I was considered to be beautiful in China, but not necessarily someone they would be attracted to, if that makes sense. And when I went to Trinidad, I was the shit. In California, people don't really care that much because I'm not necessarily their societal standards of beauty. So I really think it depends on where I'm at or where the person's at.
I'm not trying to be mean here, but I don't think you're a 10.
I know, you said that.
What did she say?
I'm s-
7.
See, Catholic. That's why.
Wait, going around the table on
Yeah, that's funny. That is funny. It was like, oh, what'd you say?
Me,
Oh,
right?
I'm a 7. It's like, how How is it that person understood the topic here? Oh, it is insane. It is insane. The fact that this is where we are. This kind of stuff, you know, we're headed towards idiocracy. And that's the thing. Everyone needs to see that movie. Everybody does, especially those who live in the United States need to see that movie. That is where we're headed. That is where we're headed in a society. Oh my gosh, that is freaking ridiculous. I hate that. I hate that. Oh, this world's coming to an end. This world's coming to an end.
You guys got a video? So bad.
And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Wait on that.